Hey there, Shanko, everybody. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Today we're going to be talking about what's going on with BTC. Why is BTC not moving, Ahmed? I put all my money in BTC. What's going on with the market? So let's find out. Let's check it out. Without any further ado, let's get this video started. It's a sad time that we are currently living in regards to. I mean, it's a joke in itself. A lot of brothers, I remember, were defending riba some months ago when it was at 3%. Sorry, a year ago, almost 2 years ago, when it was at 3 or 4%. But now the same brothers are crying to me and asking about halal mortgages and figuring out if it's cheaper because interest rates have increased. And they're going to increase again in September, which is coming up. And this is going to affect the market, obviously. And due to these interest rates increasing, all markets are being affected by it, especially the real estate market. And because whenever the real estate market gets affected, so does every other market after it. That is a negative, sense that we have to be aware of, that potentially there might be a crash coming. Also, on top of that, there is a real feel of the job losses that are happening, and also the job market being overly saturated right now, and people are either being underpaid or they're not finding jobs at all. So because of this, obviously there's a scare in the market of a potential recession coming. So there's two negatives. The third element negative is that we've been fluctuating at a above average to the current economy situation when it comes to BTC and also stock market, right? It's like, why is the stock market going up whereas there's conflict in the world, there's interest rates increasing, there's job losses? It's not making sense. So there's another negative in that sense, that potentially, because it could be seen as a current bubble, short-term bubble, there might be a crash from that element also. The other element is institutions are trying to, one, protect themselves, and two, trying to justify their investment in BTC, and they can't right now. So we have already seen a negative pull. I think it was about 19 to 20 million dollars worth of institutional money that got pulled out, which in hindsight doesn't look like a lot, but there's a difference between institutions being interested to put money in versus institutions being interested to pull money out, right? You can see where is the sentiment of institutions, and institutions is who really determine how the market is going to fluctuate in a more bold perspective. Like, if they put in money, then it goes up really quickly. If they take up money, it goes down really quickly. So these 4 or 5 negatives are there. Obviously, plus if you look at charting, there is a trend of potential like going down a little bit. Now, I don't want to say it's going to go down all the way to 16, 17 because of these reasons, but there's also some positives. So before I think about what price it might go to, I think I have to also talk about the positives. And these positives, in essence, are positives enough to a point that they have a chance of actually flipping the market towards upside. Now, hear me out. Why am I saying at one side, economy is going to crash, inflation, interest rates, job market, but at the same time, I'm saying it might go up. How is this possible? We've heard about BlackRock, and I've talked about BlackRock last time. Their ETF, submission has very high chance of being approval and implemented, right? There's a difference between just being approved and then them doing nothing with it. No, them implementing it. If they implement their ETF, you're looking at billions of dollars, potential billions of dollars from people's RRSPs, pension plans, teachers' pension plan, whatever, these massive bundle of money in saving plans coming into crypto, but from a bubbled stock methodology, which is BTFs in a sense. If they get approved, a few other ETFs proposals are already in the market. They will have to automatically, or potentially a much higher chance of them being approved also. The reason why I'm saying automatically is because in legal world, if one case gets approval, other cases can use that case and leverage it and get an approval also. But at the ending of the day, BlackRock is BlackRock. BlackRock is the daddy of all of these funds out there. Now, there's this huge element to it too. On top of that, recently the SEC fight with Ripple favored in Ripple's case, and if that case goes through, there's pros and cons for crypto as a whole for that. But if that case goes through, then there's a huge revival to a massive chunk of crypto enthusiasts who had left the market because of the Ripple case. Because like, if SEC can go after Ripple, then SEC can go after anybody. But if Ripple wins the case against SEC, then people will be like, oh, okay, we got a chance to jump back in. So there's a potential if that with the ETFs go up. And the third thing, housing market takes a crash. The money from the housing market has to go somewhere, correct? If people decide to this year not put their money in gold, rather put it into things like Bitcoin or crypto, it can go up. The chances of this happening, I would say it's more like 30%. The chances of BTC going down is more like 70%. Now, this is my personal analysis, non-financial advice. Do not take this as financial advice. And if you take this as financial advice and you make a lot of money from it, you better send me some. And if you take this as financial advice when I'm telling you it's not financial advice, that's not my fault. Okay, you have to understand.
Oh my God!
Uh, so not financial advice. Do your research. Check out the economies. Check out different analysis from all across. TradingView, CoinMarketCap, Cointelegraph. There's so many out there. Okay, so many opinions out there. If it goes down, where is it gonna go down? When are we looking for it to go down? Look, I personally think there between now and April 2024, there's gotta be a small little dump. Now, is that 16K? Is that 20K? Is that 21K? I can't be accurate. But I personally think it might be around 24, 25K. Potentially even 23, because 23 was the last resistance point. So maybe it'll bounce back from there, and then the halving will happen in April, and it could go up from there. Halving usually is a sign of the market going back up. So we can say that potentially in 2024, mid to ending to 2025 is when we can start seeing the market recoup itself, because that's also when the market will start stabilizing and neutralizing from the current issues. Potentially the best point would be 2025 ending and 2026 beginning. Now, this is me looking very far up and giving my personal 2 cents. Okay, personal, not professional advice. This being said, let's be honest here. We've seen BTC go all the way to 80K, 70K. Right now it's at around 28K, 29K. Why not? It's already half price technically, even less than this, but already at 40% price. We are confident as enthusiasts of crypto and as knowledgeable people of crypto that potentially it'll go up. Is it worth the chance? You have to understand, this is where the greed analysis comes in, and this is where the utility functions come in. Is it worth the chance for you to wait and see will it go up or down, and then try to jump in? Because if it starts going up, it'll go up quick. You might lose the opportunity to buy it at the 28 point. But if it goes down, then you're win. But it's about you will win potentially 5 to 6K or 7K extra versus you losing a potential of the upper side. Figure this out for yourself. Do you want to jump in now to go up from here, or do you want to say, okay, let me wait for maybe a tiny crash to happen and then jump in? Figure out that comfort price point for you, and then that's when you might want to jump in. And I hope you guys like this video. Read about these things, politics, economics, political, and also macroeconomic policies are very important. And global policies in regards to all these things are very important. Read about them. They will help you make better decisions and stronger decisions. But as a whole, let me know what your opinion is. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe. Check out my other social media. Comment and whatever you want to do on the comment section below. Take care of yourself. Assalamu alaikum.